Kayumba, Serengeti Province, the former lightweight world champion, former super featherweight world champion, former featherweight world champion, former super featherweight world champion, former lightweight world champion, former light welterweight world champion and reigning, defending WBO welterweight champion of the world, the fighting pride of the Philippines, Manny.
A lot of Marquez's punches have a lot of loop in them now, as he's getting tired going down the stretch.
It's doubtful that Marquez has ever been in a battle like this. We know Barrera has been.
Power shots in round 9. Barrera 15 out of 32. Marquez 13 out of 35. Again, through 9 rounds, they've thrown an equal number of punches, and they differ by 1 in the number of punches landed. Marquez lands a big right hand. They rally in the center of the ring. Harold, very quickly, your card through 9.
Okay, Jim, 86, 84, 6 rounds to 3, Marco Antonio Barrera. Jim, I gotta tell you, I still think the judges are gonna be impressed by the fact that Barrera gets off first. When he does that, if they see it, he lands the cleaner shots, and that's what he's winning it on. The couple more quick cleaner shots. 6-3, Barrera.
And now there's blood around the left eye of Marco Antonio Barrera. No doubt the result of a right hand by Marquez. So both fighters are bloodied around the eyes.
There's one thing is not too many butts in this entire fight. Whatever happens is usually from punches. There's not too many head crashes at all.
Series of body shots by Marquez, followed by an attempt upstairs. Marquez has been the aggressor again in the first minute of round number 10. And gets in a big right hand to the mouth of Barrera. Strafing Barrera with body shots and uppercuts. Suddenly it looks like round 7 again, as Barrera is the slower of the two, and Marquez is landing his power shots. That uppercut is really bedeviling Marco.
Well, he's anticipating Barrera to move his head down when he gets inside, and now he's shooting uppercuts. That's an anticipation of where Barrera's head's going to be at.
Barrera starts to go to the right-hand lead, a tactic not previously used, using the straight right to try to set up his left hook. Straight right hand for Barrera after 2 jabs. Big round for Marquez. Barrera a little slow with his hands and missing in this round.
Each round seems to be switching back and forth as the fight goes on.
Now Barrera gets in a left hook, ducks a right hand. Marquez mostly reaching there, but he's landed earlier in the round. Solid right hand by Barrera. Momentarily knocks Marquez off balance. Barrera gets in a little left-hand uppercut. Marquez tries his uppercut again, leaping with the left hook. Barrera fires his own left hook and lands it twice. 10 seconds to go in the round. See if Barrera throws in a late rally. They trade shots at the center of the ring.
Wow. We are back at the Olympic Auditorium in Los Angeles, where these kind of fights once were routine.
You got him. You got him there. You got to throw those combinations. That's it. To the body, hooks to the body. See, you bring him down. But come on, lively, you have him there. Where's the Vaseline? Come on, but don't go against the ropes. That's where he catches you. Don't let him take you to the ropes. All right, that's it. Use your speed. 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Here you see Marquez landing the right hand, but you notice he threw a left hook before he threw the right hand this time, and that kind of distorted Barrera's body, because normally if you throw a 1, 2, you can't hit Barrera with it.
A large hugely swollen Juan Manuel Marquez steps in against an increasingly swollen Marco Antonio Barrera. The fight tightens up on Harold Letterman's card after Marquez clearly won the 10th. Once again, Harold's card reflects in the 7th round, the way Jay Nady ruled it. No knockdown for Barrera, deduction of a point from Barrera, therefore a 10-8 round for Marquez. It had been a huge Marquez round up to the moment of the knockdown against him. Not ruled a knockdown, but which replays showed clearly was. Tactical action only in the first minute of round 11. Now Barrera tries to step up the pace.
You know, yesterday you predicted that this fight had all the possibilities of it would have been a draw. And seemingly you were very right with that, except maybe based on that scoring.
Big left hook by Marquez. Back comes Barrera. My feeling was you've got two fighters who can adjust from round to round. Why wouldn't it be a seesaw battle? Why wouldn't it be largely even? When was there ever a better chance for a draw?
Seems to me 11 rounds ago I called for a rematch.
Solid contact there for Marquez. Barrera landed to the body. Marquez landed upstairs. Now Marquez tries to go to the body, and Barrera, for one of the few times all night, ties him up. Jay Nady warns Barrera about holding behind the head. Good, solid left hook to the body by Barrera. Stops Marquez in his tracks.
You know, whatever the outcome of this fight, from Marquez's point of view, he is showing everybody why insiders in boxing, experts, have always considered him in the class of the top featherweights and 130-pounders of his time.
He's showing that he certainly belonged in the discussion. Right there with Barrera and Morales and Pacquiao. No question about it.
As I said earlier, if I was having Barrera, this is the last guy in the world that I was going to fight. And it's why I wouldn't let him see my med boxing when I
Well, I started to say, when you were training Prince Nassim Hamed, he openly ducked Marquez for 2 years.
He's always to me been maybe the best featherweight in the world, just not known of. Even when we had the big thing with Morales and them, I thought he should have been right up there with Barrera and Morales.
Both fighters trying to make statements for the judges in the last 30 seconds of round 11. Which one would you choose? Hey, Ralph, you hit him with the head. Look, it's a headbutt. Come on. Where's the Vaseline? Where's the Vaseline for the cuts? Oh, man.
This is the last round. Come on.
Come on, he hit him.
Voy. No detengan los golpes, no los detengan.
Don't hold your punches. Let them go.
Yo nomás, vamos ahorita. Mírenle.
Oh, we got it. Come on, breathe. We're gonna win this round. We're gonna win this round. It's close. We're gonna win this round. Hey, close your defense. Close your defense.
We just saw the sign put up that a cut was caused by a punch. So was the knockdown.
Crowd rises to applaud both fighters as the 12th round begins in Las Vegas. Big left hook by Marquez to start off the round.
Hey, both fighters at their corner realize that the fight in their man could possibly be determined by the winner of this round here. So there's probably going to be a lot of action this last round.
And the cut outside Juan Manuel Marquez's right eye is big enough now to be bothersome. And to show the blood that might help scorers to lean in one direction, if Barrera can make it stick. Barrera popping little punches inside the storm. Marquez trying to land something big. Now the blood begins to flow outside Marquez's right eye. Barrera got it in a little left hand, enough to open it back up and make it bleed. Marquez trying to get a right hand across the top. The drama intensifies with 2 minutes to go.
Now you may see Barrera's experience pay through this last round because he knows how to box, and when he gets his floater going, he can put together combinations so beautiful and be moving all at the same time while he's punching.
Barrera jab, jab, jab. Throws a little right hand. Jabs and beats Marquez to the punch. Marquez lands a left hook. Barrera backs him off with a right hand. Big left hook for Marquez. Barrera lands a right. Trading punches down the stretch. Another big left hook for Marquez. Barrera momentarily ties him up. In the second half of the fight, Marco Antonio Barrera seems to show a little bit of wear and tear from his long and difficult career. Marquez shows his tremendous desire to finally win a big fight. Barrera comes back and strafes him with a left hook. Takes a left hook on the chin. Hits him back with one of his own.
This is one of those fights, I hate to say it, I wish I could hear 3 more rounds. 15.
Back in the day.
Back in the day.
Tony DeMarco and Carmen Basilio.
This is a great fight here. The punches are just so accurate.
It has lived up to its expectations.
And perhaps exceeded them.
Yeah.
Power shots for Marquez. Barrera lands a left hook and steps away. Hard right hand for Barrera. Marquez fighting through the flowing blood. 10 seconds to go. Who will rally last? Barrera lands 2 shots. Marquez tries again. Barrera with a right hit. Big left hook for Marquez. And the bell ends the drama. What a fight. What a confrontation. What a glorious tribute to Mexican fighting.
Let's do it again.
What a challenge to the scorers.
I had Marquez winning by a point.
Which means if the knockdown had been ruled correctly, you had a draw. Harold, how do you have it through 12?
Like I said, 114, 113, 7 rounds to 5, Marco Antonio Barrera. I tell you, when Manuel Marquez came on around 12, I thought he won a 12th round. Very, very close fight, but I just thought Barrera did a little bit more. I gave it to Marco Antonio Barrera by a point.
So Harold Letterman airs on the side of Barrera despite the 10-8 round in the 7th for Marquez. And you see the tributes on both sides as the members of Marquez's camp are hugging Barrera. And the members of Barrera's camp are trading pleasantries with Marquez. Here's the drama in round 7. First, Marquez hurts Barrera and hurts him badly with power shots in the middle of the ring. It looks for a while as though Barrera might not make it out of the round. He wobbles back against the ropes, put into position to perhaps suffer a knockdown. And then, with a perfect right-hand shot, he knocks Marquez to the canvas, then steps forward and takes a shot at Marquez's head. Jay Nady, the referee, rules, first of all, no knockdown, clearly incorrect. And then, correctly, takes away a point from Barrera for taking a shot at Marquez's head. So there's a 1-point discrepancy between what Nady actually ruled and what reality ought to be. And let's go to Michael Buffer to find out if that 1 point decided something. Here are the scores.
Ladies and gentlemen, here at the Mandalay Bay of Las Vegas, before we go to the scorecards, a round of applause for these two warriors in the ring here tonight. The judges' scorecards are as follows. Doug Tucker, 118-109. Patricia Morris-Jarman, 116-111. Paul Smith, 116-111. To the winner, by unanimous decision, and new WBC Super Featherweight Champion of the World, Juan Manuel Dinamita Marquez.
All three judges preferring the power punching of Marquez, and the knockdown becomes a tempest in a teapot as it affected nothing whatsoever. All of our complaining about the knockdown ruling stands for nothing because in the end, the judges saw a relatively one-sided victory for Marquez over Barrera.
You know, I've given up on judges. That's why I love knockouts, but sometimes you can't get them. This was as good a fight as you could get, but I just can't believe these one-sided scores is coming up in these tight competitive fights.
Well, we mentioned that these were close rounds and would be difficult to score, and clearly in the second half of the fight, Marquez was landing more solid power shots. So at the end of the day, that becomes the fulcrum on which the judges wind up airing by, to our eyes, surprisingly wide margins in favor of Juan Manuel Marquez. And he gets that big victory that he's been looking for throughout his career, and Barrera has the 5th loss of his career to go with 2 losses to Junior Jones, 1 to Eric Morales in their first fight, and the knockout loss to Manny Pacquiao. CompuBox numbers show total punches landed, a 7-punch edge for Barrera. At the end of the day, Barrera throws 74 more punches by CompuBox count, and their connect percentage is virtually the same, though slightly higher, for Marquez. Barrera builds up a lot of his edge with jabs, throwing 173 more and landing 58 more. So what the judges preferred is the power punch edge that you're going to see from Marquez. Landing 51 more power punches, many of them in the second half of the fight, cruel, punishing shots, throwing 99 more and landing at a slightly higher percentage. And Larry stands by with the man the judges deemed the clear and unequivocal winner of the fight, Juan Manuel Marquez.
Thank you, Jim. Congratulations, Juan Manuel. What does this fight mean to you?
You know, this fight is very important for me. I say in the first press conference, this fight is a war. I say I ready to the war. I win the fight, and congratulations to Barrera. He's a great fighter.
You are very marked up. You fought a brawl, a tough brawl. Have you ever been in a fight like this before?
Yes, this fight, every round it's a war. Every round I win the fight. Every round I win round.
Were you surprised that he was not as aggressive as he said he would be?
I say, this fight is. I am very aggressive. I'm very think, and Marco Antonio Barrera is a great fighter, you know, and I feel good.
In the 7th round, you went down. The referee ruled that it was not a knockdown. But you must know what we know from watching the replay, that he hit you on the chin and that it was a knockdown. Let's take a look at the monitor if we can get it up here to show. All right. You saw it.
Yes.
You thought it was a knockdown?
Ok, me sentí, sí me conectó, yo estaba bien, me conectó, fue un golpe de rozón en la mandíbula, me conectó, pero yo me sentí bien, nada más que me pegó abajo en el piso.
Yes, he did connect me. He punched me, it was a glancing punch, but he did hit me when I was down also.
Do you think there should be a rematch?
Yes, I think Marco Barrera is very aggressive fight, and yes, I want a rematch.
Thank you very much. Congratulations, Juan Manuel.
Thank you.
Marco Antonio, congratulations on an outstanding fight. You were not able to be as aggressive as you hoped you could be. Why?
Well, it's because I move all the time. I feel that I'm very fast. I do my better job. But I think so. I do the necessary for win this fight. I don't know what happened with the judges.